So Make a Lei is a 2D puzzle game where you make a lei and you use the joysticks in order to do the movements that you need to do in order to complete the puzzle and make the lei.
Well, our game is more of like a mellow or chill type of game where we don't want them to feel really rushed or anything, and they just go along the flow. And we want them to experience our culture, so especially the narrative part where you get to hear their stories. That's what we want the player to more feel with the customer and have a reason to want to make a lei.
For scenarios, it was basically a person would request a lei from the player character, and maybe in that short period of dialogue you learn about like what type of lei you're gonna have to make. For example, one of the leis we're making is called the Puakenekeni lei. It's a pretty common lei, and it's usually used for showing appreciation and welcome to somebody. While other leis like the crown lei, which is basically a lei that's for that goes on your head, and there's some history behind it regarding the Queen of Hawaii and stuff. And those leis are often given to older folk, and yeah.
Well, for this game, we're trying to do a 2D simple cartoon style. Well, we just generally looked at different images in Hawaii and we just chose very earthy tones, just colors that you would generally see out in nature. Drawing hands in general is really hard for any artist, so animating it, having the hands move, having them grab things, or even having them tie a knot, which is one of the mechanics in the game, is really hard.
So you have all these instructions on how to craft a lei, so you can use scissors, needles, string, all that to put together a lei. And it's all built using like a trace kind of mechanism, where when you put two items in your hands, you trace like the motion that you would use the tools. So having the flowers and the scissors, you would kind of have a cutting motion where you would cut the stem of the flowers, and you would go through that process to just make a lei.
It was a lot of fun learning about the Hawaiian culture and how the significance of different leis, and also coming up with the scenarios around it. It was hard doing research because Google is just let me sell you a lei. So it's kind of hard to kind of get the information you needed how to fill out a lot. But it was really helpful to have Hawaiian teammates that I could talk to and get direct information, because Will didn't want to give it to me.
Thank you for listening. I hope this really helps inspire other people into learning more about Hawaiian culture, and we just really hope that you enjoy our game.